Hello and welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. My name's Simon, and this is my daily Bitcoin price action analysis. That is a weekly chart right there in front of your eyes. And before I move on, I just want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. All right, now I've got that bit of blurb out of the way. Happy Thursday to you. Getting closer to the end of the week. And this green weekly candle is remaining green. And that is good if you're interested in Bitcoin remaining bullish, which I think most people are, to be honest. I don't really mind either way, as long as there's some volatility in the price action that I can trade. And I'll explain these lines in a moment. These lines, I explained that one yesterday. But dropping down to the lower time frames, you'll be able to see that there's not been much volatility in the last few days, even on this 4-hour chart. The last few days, it's just been going sideways. Just to explain my support resistance lines, I got one at the top, one at the bottom. They define the range. My range belongs to me. Welcome, you are very welcome to look at it and listen to what I'm saying. But this is not a predetermined range. It's one that I've put on myself based on some logic. So this wick low, this wick high, a 50% region which comes in here. And then the upper half I've divided in half and the bottom half I've divided in half. And the reason I've done that is I'm an intraday trader, so most of what I'm interested in is on the lower time frames. So here you go, there's a 15-minute chart with all of that information, plus something new that you won't have seen me talk about before if you've been watching this channel. It's an indicator. Yeah, I've got an indicator on the chart, and I can hear all the people interested in indicators going, yeah, he's got an indicator at last. And I thought I'd put one on just for a bit of fun today, really, and it's called a VWAP. Now, anyone who's been into technical analysis or looking at charts for the last couple of decades will know what a VWAP is. It's a volume-weighted average price, and it's useful for intra-day trading because it basically starts at the beginning of the day. So when you see these move, like these sort of aggressive moves down on a VWAP or up, there's up, this one's down, then there's a tiny one up there for midnight yesterday. When you see that, that is when it's resetting itself, and it resets itself every night for Bitcoin at midnight UTC. And that's because Bitcoin trades 24 hours a day. On other exchanges that have strict trading hours, then it would reset the market open. But this, because there's not really any market open and close for the perpetual exchanges, by bit being this, the one I'm looking at, then it just resets itself at midnight. And then after it's reset itself, it's basically, it's the volume weighted average price. So I won't go into the maths, but it adds up. So from the reset point, it adds up all of the price action, gets an average, multiplies that by the volume, all of the volume, and then divides that total number by the total volume. And you end up with this line. So effectively for intraday trading, you have a start point, and then you can see how the price moves compared to the start point, if you like. So just taking this VWAP start point here, this is Tuesday into Wednesday, so Wednesday midnight. You can see initially the price moved below the VWAP, and then it got above and moved above the VWAP. So you can effectively compare where the price is at any point for that day of trading. I hope I've explained that well. I may or may not have. Any questions, you stick it in the comments below. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, if you like anything that I talk about in my videos, please like and subscribe. And if you don't come back tomorrow, because I do them every day. Okay, so that's the VWAP. It's a useful intraday trading indicator. And it just gives you an idea of roughly where the price is for the 24-hour period for which you're in. And I put it on today because the volatility has been so low. It's just useful to see roughly where the price is, for that 24-hour period. And as you can see at the moment, it is above this support resistance line. This is on the 15-minute time frame, so there's low time frames only, and it's also above the VWAP. So that personally gives me a slightly more bullish, bias. That's the word I'm looking for. But this, this kind of range that it's been in, it's been a $1,000 range, somewhere some from 65.5 up to $2,000 range, from 67.5 down to 65.5. So it's been oscillating within that $2,000 range. Right now, I've got a slightly bullish bias. But for me personally, to trade this higher up towards the all-time high, I want to see it kind of close above these areas. And then I'd expect maybe a move back up close to where it is at the moment, where the all-time high is, close up to my resistance line, and then probably rejection. What I would say, though, as I draw this video to a close, is the longer bit, and I said this on a previous video, the longer Bitcoin remains within a range up here, so, close-ish to the all-time highs, certainly above 59,000, and more specifically 61, the longer it spends within that price range, the more likely it will break out of the range and get a new all-time high, rather than breaking down from the range and then moving significantly lower, particularly if it breaks down below 59,000. So the longer it remains within this range without breaking down, the more likely it is to break up. I know that sounds like common sense. And, I like to keep things simple, which clearly rhymes with Simon and has been used probably for hundreds of years, Simple Simon, which definitely suits my character. All right, so I'm going to draw that to an end now. Just briefly talked about VWAP. I wouldn't trade it on its own, personally, but I think it can be useful, particularly if you're doing trading like I do, in between areas of support resistance. You can just, it gives you a more quantifiable bias towards whether or not the price is generally bullish or generally bearish. All right then, take care, guys. I will see you all tomorrow, which will be Friday. That'll be a weekly closure for CME, but not buyback. And we'll see what the price has done between now and then. Will it make another try on the all-time high? Don't know. Maybe. But yes, I'll do it all again tomorrow. Have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.